as promised, today on The Garden Life, we are going to talk about my plans for the backyard. Finally, my thoughts, certain practical matters kind of all came together, so now I do have a vision of what I am going to do, and happily, we'll be able to start pretty soon. So what do you say, Stuart?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Well, I told Stuart, I said I'm going to kind of stand in the shade here as I describe some things and let him walk around in the sun because there is, well, the sun today is pretty brutal. Yeah. Nevertheless, we have kind of a nice breeze and we've gotten so much rain. A lot
of rain.
Thank you. I am just so appreciative because without this good rain, this garden would not be able to get established. And even the things here in the backyard that are just all in a state of chaos are definitely thriving on the additional rain. So I think I told you that what I wanted out of this back space was an outdoor living room. And I think what I was trying to do was force things upon it that were outside the kind of mission of having an outdoor living space, an outdoor living room. So I've come to terms with a number of different things. I think I told you that I decided not to have a greenhouse. And once I decided on that, I really felt like I wasn't anymore trying to put a square block in a round hole.
Yep.
And so because of that, it kind of came together. So here is kind of what I have in mind. And next week, I think we're going to be starting on the steps, laying the new steps. We're going to also be starting shortly after that on the brick patio. So let me think through this. Let's start here because when one piece was falling into place, then another piece fell into place. And I've kind of alluded to this in the past, so you kind of know that it has been an evolving thing. It didn't just happen all at once. So the first decision point was, what about the steps? What configuration did I want to have, and what material did I want to make up the steps? And here's what I decided on. So this edge will remain a straight edge right here. But the top landing, and Stuart, I don't know if you'll be able to see them, but the top landing will come all the way out to here. You can see right now it's where it stops.
So you're saying that whole top area will extend?
This whole top area, my landing pad,
okay,
will come all the way out to where my foot is now, a good another 24 inches, because I really wanted this to be very spacious. But it will be straight on this side. It will be, the surface and the treads will be made out of concrete, which will be tinted to complement the brick. And then the risers of the treads will be in brick so that the whole thing will kind of match and look good together. And you can see here that there is some brick, so we'll do our best to reuse some of that. But we'll demolish these steps.
Did you have a reference point for what this is going to look like, or just all in your head?
It's in my head, and then Kayla came over and we took some spray paint and we got our dimensions, and this is what we came up with. And I don't know, I may or may not, by the time we put this up tomorrow, I may or may not have a drawing of this.
Cool.
We'll have to see about that. But in my head, I now know what it's going to look like. Well, we had so much fun last night at Roger's studio showing of all of his amazing pottery. Sadly, it was all sold out by the time I got there, and I got there as soon as it opened. So any reservations
though.
he had that nobody would buy his stuff were completely unfounded. In fact, there are a lot of us left disappointed, but nevertheless, we are now on his list to make more. It was so much fun. Thank you, Roger. Thank you, all the wonderful people that we met last night. So on this side over here, it's going to be straight. So there will be a railing on this side. And the nice thing is there will be enough space on this side, just like there was at my old house. There'll be enough room for me to put my log holder here so that in the wintertime I can just open the door and I can come right out here like I did on the other porch and access my firewood. So that was kind of an imperative to me.
That's a nice thing to remember.
Yeah, it is definitely a nice thing to remember. So the landing will be a lot bigger and the treads will be a lot shorter. So right now they are almost 7 inches and they're going to be about 5.5 inches once we get finished. So these steps,
Wait, you said the treads?
the height of the treads,
Okay.
or the height of the steps, I should
Okay.
say rather. The tread is the horizontal section.
Oh, okay.
The vertical section will be about 5.5 inches. So thank you for keeping me honest. The steps then will come, the top layer will come to about here. Just ignore all of my mess. And then there'll be 3 steps down, and those steps will end up here. And they will be rounded. So they'll come out here,
Oh, I'm starting to see it.
they'll be rounded around like this,
And kind of like the old place.
kind of like the old place.
I
and then
like
they'll
that.
come here and there'll be a straight edge.
Wow.
And then along here, there will be some plantings to kind of to soften it a little bit.
They can finally, I think I finally got a good shot where they can really see the purple line you
See
just
the
walked.
purple line.
And I think you can see it a lot better
So this
now
is
in
the
your head,
bottom of the
hopefully.
steps.
Yeah.
Right now there's just this hideous little piece of concrete.
Hideous.
So then we'll have
Look how hideous it
stepping
is.
stones or something that will match the brick that will then go to the garage. What are you giggling at, Stuart?
I realize sometimes I can say things to the audience while you're talking and you don't even know.
And I don't even know. So this goes into the garage, and then there'll be other stepping stones that go around to the side of the house because there is a concrete walk that goes down on the west side of the garage. So then if we need to bring in dirt, if we need to wheelbarrow anything in, anything that's heavy, furniture and things, you can come up this way without having to come through the garage and up the steps. There's also around these old cedar trees, you can see that there is a border, kind of a barrier of concrete. That will be taken out. All of this will be leveled off.
Kind of a curve, isn't it?
Kind of a curve. That will be taken out and leveled off. Then I'll do a surround, a lattice work surround that will be circumscribed with boxwood around not only the air conditioner, but also those utility boxes. So that is in the process of being designed right now. Then lots of soil amendment and dirt work will take place over here, and this is where I will be having some plantings. In the space between the bottom of the steps and this utilitarian area over here, this will either be like probably where the grill is. My compost tumbler will move and it will live someplace in an area that is not so visible from the rest of the backyard. And this will just be an easy, soft area where I can have a little bit more lush plantings in here. So this will actually constitute the garden of the backyard, because the rest of the space is going to be, as I described, an outdoor living room. Now, very happily and surprisingly, the casement windows that we ordered back in the spring, those are coming in next week.
Oh, really?
I know, exciting.
That is cool.
So we will be able to roll those open and have inside, outside, kind of an inside, outside vibe. and I think it will just be really lovely. So now for the rest of the design, so that it will kind of make sense. I think I told you that what I was envisioning was a large egg that was kind of lying on its long side right here, right in the middle of the backyard.
Do I see
Now-
another purple line?
Yes, there's another purple line. You might want to come over here and look at it, Stuart.
I can kind of see it
So
from here, I think.
it will lie on its long end, and think of an egg that's symmetrical, I guess. But it will be a large oval, and then within this oval will be an entire surface area of brick and those pavers in a herringbone pattern, kind of like the pavers that I had in the front, only they'll be a different color. So this entire area will be a hardscape surface. Then the dining room table, or the living room table where we'll dine, will be moved up this way a little bit, because right here, Stuart,
So is that the whole
is
oval?
the outer edge. So I'm going to walk. I'm kind of dressed up because I've got a place to go after
By the way,
this.
since you just mentioned it, without going into an outfit of the day, these are probably my favorite pants.
Aren't they?
These
They're
pants
fun,
are pretty
aren't they?
cool.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of dressed up, so I'm not doing any yard work today. Just talking to you guys. So I'm going to walk the area that's going to be the flooring of the for the dining table, and also some ancillary seating that'll be on the other side. So here I am. I'm just walking
I think I see the other side doesn't
The-
curve back around, it goes straight.
the perimeter. Actually, it does. So it's going to be a big oval like this.
Okay, I see it.
We just didn't want to move a whole bunch of things to get to it. So then it'll come back up like this, and then that oval will be closed. So the table will be here. In here, I'm going to relocate the chairs, the chairs that are on the social patio that match these
Oh, here, yeah.
lattice work wrought iron chairs.
Yeah, I started moving too far away.
So the ones that match that are in the front, I'll bring those back here, and there'll be a sitting area around in here where we'll have a small mobile fire pit that we can kind of relocate. And this will be kind of like a little seating area that will complement the dining area. The area that is around the perimeter of the flooring is going to be crushed gravel, and there will actually be very little planted in it. The only things that will be planted outside this oval, and this is what I call kind of a California outdoor living room vibe. So I'm wanting it to be primarily in grays and with kind of Mediterranean plantings. So right about in here, I'll have a small tree, probably another Yopon holly that looks or mimics the look of my olive trees. There may or may not be another one kind of over in this corner, just to ground this space and make the area seem as if it's continuous and each area is softened. And then there'll probably be something similar also near the gate that accesses the back door. The rest, the perimeter, will all be crushed gravel, but on that crushed gravel will be some rectangular raised beds on stilts. So I'll have probably 4 to 6 of them around here. They will be stained or engraved to coordinate with the fencing. They'll be along in here, and then I'll be able to have my herbs, my edibles, some ornamentals, some of my container plantings, but this will just be like a surface area. So think of it as a brick rug. Around the perimeter, it would be the hardwood flooring, only it's going to be gravel. And on that will rest the raised planters while I will grow my veggies and things like my tomatoes and such. And then in other areas, like behind you, Stuart, on this this area, which really won't get quite enough light for me to grow vegetables, in between here is where I will have my plant terraces or my plant theaters,
Theaters, yep.
for my angel wing begonias, some of my geraniums and things. So I'll have color back in here, some of my topiaries, and those will be staged in between these trees. This entire back of the fence,
Are there more theaters than there were at the old house now?
they're just scattered. They're just scattered around. And along here, this will be where the raised beds are. And this is where I will grow stuff. I might grow stuff up the wall. I'm not really sure. But the first installation will be the brick. The brick, however, won't go down until I get irrigation back here. But it's going to be a very simple irrigation system that will consist almost in totality of just drip irrigation. And then I will have some drip lines that come up and feed into the raised beds. Stuart, if you come over here, and I would have had this a little bit more organized for you guys, but it's been raining so much, I haven't been able to get out here. You can kind of see that loosely, there'll be a herringbone pattern. There will be a little bit of space in between the bricks, just like I had at my other house. And then this isn't the color of the paver I will use. They will be in kind of a tawnier color palette, kind of a brownish, and that will more, I don't know, will blend in a little bit more. They won't look quite so gray. And so this brick rug will pretty much hold everything, all of the outdoor furnishings. And then the other things will be on the perimeter. Now, this is kind of fun. So if you envision this as my outdoor dining room and living room, then I want to be able, because one of the things I want to do in the cottage is I told you I wanted to start entertaining more, and this will be a perfect venue for that. So over here, next to my cute little shed,
With the lanterns on top.
with the lanterns on them now that match perfectly.
Quite well,
Aren't they
right?
cute?
Yeah.
And by the time people see this, they will see that these
Oh, they'll have seen those, yeah.
They will have seen these solar-powered votive candles.
In case you missed it,
In case you
go
missed
back
it.
and watch
Yesterday's video. And here, this will also be a hardscaped area, probably with pavers and gravel. And then I'm going to have a mammoth table, some kind of mammoth table and sideboard over here, where I can then serve drinks. I can set up a buffet. I can set up all sorts of things right here. And it will be on this side, on the north side, so it will largely be in shade, right underneath these charming windows, and I'll be able to access all sorts of things from right here and access then the patio. So I think it'll be wonderful.
So the windows will be openable
Yes.
with all that right outside the
right
window.
outside. So they'll be able to crank open. We'll be able to see the fireplace inside. We'll be able to hear whatever music is on. Toot, toot, toot.
I wonder who
We'll
that's
be
for.
able to feel the breeze from inside, because for Hubs it's really important that they have, that he's able to feel kind of the breeze on his face. So that pretty much completes this area that's circumscribed around my brick rug. Is that making sense, Stuart?
More today than it has before today,
Than
yeah.
it has in the past. So there will be things that are planted, but most of the things will be in raised bed containers that can then move in and out. My olive trees and things, they can move in and out. Some of them I might even do like I did with the Eugenia topiaries in front, dig great big holes and just set them into the ground, because I want them to get huge. And again, I want more of a Mediterranean vibe. Now, what I think I'm going to plant over here, so we talked about a rose. We talked about all sorts of different things. And right now, I am thinking, and this is subject to change. Right now, I am thinking this would be a great spot for me to have a really good looking rain barrel. So I
Oh,
might
yeah.
have a good looking rain barrel right here. I may plant this fabulous oak leaf hydrangea here and crawl over and around the corner. So then around the edges, the base of these, I'll do some more plantings, but that's the easy stuff. That's the stuff that I'm not going to worry about until it cools off in the fall. Right now, I just want the hardscaping in place. I want to get a really good feel for how this space will all fit together. And like I say, if the rains stop, they should be able to work on the steps next week and the rest of it within the next 2 weeks. So I might be lucky enough to actually have this outdoor room complete this fall and actually be able to enjoy this space and have my vision kind of realized. All of the other different embellishments of things that I'll plant and my color palette, all that will be revealed after this infrastructure gets in place. The bones are in place. So there you go. There is my garden design concept for my outdoor living room in the back. You guys have a great Sunday, and I will see you on Wednesday.